Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to my page, y'all. Welcome to the replay. If you don't see a red box right there, that means you're catching the replay. Come on in. My name is Amy, and this is A to Z Designs. So if you are here, you're in a really cool place. Let me just tell you something. And tonight we're going to make a sign for my patio because I'm crossing my fingers, y'all, that the temperature starts warming up and we can do all the things on the patio. Back patio, that is. So when you get here, say hey. I'm going to scoot you back. We're going to work with a design that restocked today. Okay, so let me know what y'all are doing. Keyword today is porch. P-O-R-C-H, and if you are new here and you do not receive notifications in your messenger that we are live, put this in the comments, no spaces. This will get you signed up for our free live notifications. Okie dokie smoky. And let's go see what friends we have on here. Holy cow, the comments are rolling. I can't keep up. Linda and Sally and Michelle. Hi, Tracy and Wanda and Kathy and Donna and Cindy and Kathy and Eva and Penny and Linda and Karen and Cindy and Wanda. Look, y'all, we're going to use this. Denise, Darlene, how is everybody? Barbara, I'm here. So this is something that sold out. I want to use it, but we're going to, hey, Michelle Kern, hey, girl. We're going to use some springy colors on this. We're not going to be basic tonight, y'all. We're going to just add some pops of color and have fun with it. So I am back, and I'm just happy to say that I finished the lemon banner, garland, whatever you want to call it, from last night when I was oh so tired. But I think it looked stinking cute. So I'll do a close-up video maybe tomorrow of it, to show you. I added the pom-pom ribbon, the buffalo check ribbon, but I think it's absolutely super adorable. All right, so let me tell you something. This right here is called Time Well Spent. I'm not doing porch because I'm doing patio. So if you see it, there is a line. And what you're going to do is you are going to cut or score that line. Whatever you want to do. You could do what I just did by placing my thumb right here in between the backer sheet and the transfer. Or you could go chop chop and cut the entire transfer up, and then it would be in two separate pieces. I'm not doing that. Then you're going to want to make sure that you pick up the surface that goes perfectly with this. So let me just get this opened. I went to make this, I don't know, week or so ago, and it was out of stock, y'all, but it is back on track. Looks great. Ordered some to make. Yes, Virginia, you should. Hi, Michelle Pryor. How did your wontons turn out? Is that what you made? You're so fancy. You're fancy. Fancy chef. All right, cardboard. Love it or hate it, whatever you choose, but this is the board. And this is a reusable surface, okay? It's double-sided. The boutique finish is on both sides. And we're going to slap this on here. I need to remind myself to not chalk porch, but to do patio. So let's get started, everybody. So make sure that you are commenting along. I need to give some Happy Mail away tonight because I'm really... it's sitting over here and it's driving me nuts. So who wants Happy Meal? Make sure you are commenting. Make sure that you follow this page, y'all. That is super important. I will, Rhoda. I will, girlfriend. Okay. So make sure you're commenting along. Make sure that you share the video. That helps us out a lot. Like a lot. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to peel this right off of the backer sheet. Okay, so this is what we call the backer sheet. All right, and we are going to take it onto our fuzzing cloth and fuzz it really well. And then we are going to do it many times. I'm an over fuzzer, if that's even a thing. All right, so let's do this. All right, let me see here. Sandy Bullard, how are you? Hi, Dizzy Rose. I think I saw Deb on here. Miss Deb Lee, I got your message, and I will respond to 1, 2, and 3 when I'm done. Hi, Jeannie and Lorena. Hi, Robin Kelly. I'm live. And Robin is going to win some Happy Mail. So send a message to our page with today's date and just put like Happy Mail in there and put your address, your mailing address. All right, so let me tell you a story about these transfers. These are reusable. They're not a plastic, I don't know, stencil where you like pounce the little paintbrush here and there and everywhere. These are like a, I don't know, I think it's more flexible than a vinyl material if you've ever used like vinyl like on a Cricut machine or a Silhouette. If you haven't, I'm trying to think what this compares to. I don't know, but these are reusable. So it is super important that you take really good care of them, and I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. But when you get them for the very first time, they are so sticky. So as you can see, and this is probably boring you, which is fine. It's fine. This is part of the process. Okay. This is basically taking away some of that stickiness because I don't want this to stick so well to this that once I'm done making all of my pretty things and I go to lift it up, this is stuck so well that it actually ends up like stretching this transfer and then kind of throws off my design, right? Because now this little point up here on the transfer is now stretched. So it's like, instead of like a peak, it's like, does that make sense? So I like to make sure that I kind of overdo it with my fuzzing. Some of people will tell you like, don't do that. But that's just them. It's fine. It is a reusable surface. So I have chosen, well, let's play a game. Who can tell me the names of these 4 colors? I had to make sure I had the right one. Tell me the colors of these paste. I'm sorry. Tell me the names of these paste from top to bottom. I have 4 here. There's no shimmers. They're all matte. This is paste. Okay. All right. So I want to make sure that they are all in the right shape as far as consistency goes. And I don't have any that are too dry, I guess. But if they are, like this one probably needs a little bit of stirring. I just add a little bit of distilled or purified water and stir it around. Okay, now I would not recommend that you add tap water to, look at that, to your jars. Just don't do that. You may have some mold growing in there. I always keep distilled or purified water in my little mister sprayer thing here. Okay, so I always keep it in there. But you do not need distilled or purified water to clean your transfers, as I'm going to show you later. Okay. All right, so let's give this one a stir. This one should be good to go. And then I know this color right here is fine. Okay, I gotta see who did it. Squeeze. Hold on, let me see. Squeeze. This one is, I'm looking to see who got it. Squeeze Lakeshore. Nope, not Lakeshore. squeeze. Hold on. I don't think anybody got it right yet. Keep trying. Nobody yet. Wait, Stephanie. Nope, Stephanie Brown didn't get it right. Keep trying, y'all. Keep trying. And I may have missed a comment or two just because sometimes it filters out the comments. But there's that. Okay, so let's get this one ready. I know this one might need a little bit. Okay, so let me just do this. Hi, Lisa and Brownie. Hi, Brownie girl. Thank you, Diane. I finished it today. Okay, so this was the first color, right? This was the second color. And then we had this color. I need to open this up, actually. Now remember, I typically show products that you can get. Okay, so Dream Car would not be an answer. And then this color. It looks like the first comment I can see is Michelle Pryor. Squeeze, Colonial Blue, Raspberry Sorbet, and Teal. So, Miss Michelle, send me a message, please. All right, here we go. That was a fun game, right? All right, here we go. Here we go. So, I'm not going to do porch in paste. So, I'm going to line this up. This fits perfectly on your board. It is perfect. And then I'm just going to kind of work my way down the surface, making sure that I don't have any air bubbles. And here we go. It does. So let me get orange peel. This is orange peel. I know, Linda, don't do porch. Orange peel's on the bottom. Isn't that crazy? That is orange peel on the bottom. Squeeze is on top. This is one of our new On Vogue colors. Orange peel's on the bottom, squeeze is on top. Gorgeous color. Okay, I know, right, Deb? Pretty amazing, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna do teal to start. And I'm just going to grab my squeegee. This is called a squeegee. This, in fact, it's the small squeegee. That's the one I'm using. And I'm going to just do this like in sections. And then we're just going to lift it up, peel and reveal. Peel and reveal. That way, our paste does not dry in the screen. You do not 100% want that to happen, because if it dries in the screen, it's not going to stay on the board. So I'm going to just work with the top portion. Take my fingers to the center, and we are going to just lift it off and release the paste from the screen. Okay? Then I'm just going to carefully let it like fall down and press around any area that I have not added the paste. You don't want air bubbles. Okay? So what I'm gonna do, yes, Tina, the teal is like the same color as the transfers. Oh, Michelle Pryor wants to gift it to the next person. I'll have to go back and look. Squeeze is fabulous, Sandy. All right, so up here, I am going to do something. Okay, let's do raspberry sorbet. Where are the courageous base colors and ink? I don't know, Linda. I really don't. Ink is not really one of our top sellers. So maybe that's why. They don't want to have a bunch of inventory just sitting around. That's my guess. All right, let's look this up. So we did raspberry sorbet. I'm not going to do porch because I don't want porch. I'm going to do patio. And then I'm going to do squeeze down here. It says, welcome to our, and then it's going to say patio, where wasting time is considered time well spent. Amen. Because let me tell you something. I waste a lot of time on my patio. Just saying. And guess what? I'm not even mad about it. So, I think that's a good thing, right? All right, so we got that. I want to do this. Let me do this. Let me just grab this. And do that. Come over here and do this side. That way we're kind of like even Steven. And I go to lift this up. I don't know. Just, it makes more sense in my head. Okay, so I'm going to actually lift from the bottom this time. From the center. Lifting that up. And then we're going to lay it back down. Pressing along any area that we have not added paste to. And then we're going to finish it out. Okay? Ink color of the month would be fun. I know, Donna, right? You can't see me ever wasting any time. Well, okay, let's say this. So a lot of times if I am on my patio, which you'll find me a lot when it starts getting warmer, or in the pool, but if I am on the patio, I am working usually. I typically will have my computer and I'm like, I don't know, maybe editing videos for y'all, responding to comments, responding to messages. I don't know, something to do with the business. And I just realized tonight when we were eating dinner, we sit at the dinner table. I actually had breakfast for dinner. I realized, so I'm just going to shimmy this off like so. I'm going to fold my transfer to where it's sticky side facing out on both sides. And I'm going to move this because I want to clean this transfer. Hold on, I'll finish my story here in a second. It dawned on me tonight at dinner that this summer will be the first summer that I won't have like my 8 to 5 career job. Isn't that crazy? So I might be wasting more time on the patio. Anyways, that was my, I realized that. It was my realization tonight during dinner. Because I quit my job in August of 2023. So this is going to be the first summer with the boys. Yes, it was, Diane. Because Zach's response was, oh no, because I had said, you know, you boys only have like a month and like 2 weeks left of school. And Zach's like, oh, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is the first summer I'm like going to actually have off. So we're going to have to get some like summertime schedule up in here because I don't know. I'm a routine person and my summertime family, they're going to have to be a routine people. Right, Michelle? Exactly, Barbara. So yeah, so it's going to be an interesting summer because the one thing I don't want to do is spend a ton of money doing things for like, I mean, I want to do them for the boys, right? But like, I know what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to go to Main Event every week and like play video games at Main Event and play arcade games and all of that. And I don't know, we're going to have to figure out maybe like one day a week we venture out. Like maybe we go bowling one day or 1 week. And then maybe we do a museum 1 week. Like what I really need to do is do some research to see if I can find any like free events. Like maybe there's an art museum, even downtown, like Dallas or something. I don't know. I say all of this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of to-dos now on my to-do list. So I'm taking, and I didn't tell you what I was doing right now, but I took a board eraser, y'all. You can buy them 2-pack in my shop and just clean it off. You're basically removing all of the paste. Because remember, we put all of that paste on the front of it, right? And remember that we fuzzed it really well. Like we got all of that lint on there. Well, what happens is when you clean it, let me do this the right way. When you clean it, you remove all of that lint, basically, that you put on there. So, here we are. Now we're going to line up the edges, line up the corners, and basically put it right back on the backer sheet. Okay? And then we're going to dry what we already have, and then we're going to add the patio. So this is what we have so far. Okay? Movies. Okay, yep. Oh, that's a great idea, Michelle. Yes, Karina, it would be fun. We could have a big old pool party. That would be fun, Michelle. I need to think of, yeah. I need to get on Pinterest and come up with some ideas. So I'm going to grab my detail tool because I have a little bit of air bubble happening over here, and I'm just going to scrape it off. But I want to do it once it's dry. That way I don't mess it up if it is wet. But the paste does not take long to dry, my friends. Yeah, I could, Deb. We can come help you move. So we've done the whole Six Flags pass. Problem is, it's so dang hot in the summer here. That is the problem. So I don't know. I gotta sit down with the man in charge. I'm sorry?
You will be the death of me.
Who?
Your son.
Zach's in here complaining about our children.
Your son.
My son and my son. The zoo, Aaron, yes. I don't know. Hi, Cheryl. Picnic in the park, yes.
It was in his hoodie pocket from last night.
What?
It was in his hoodie pocket from last night.
So Jackson lost a pair of AirPods, apparently, that we just gave him. And he's the one that's notorious for losing things, expensive things.
And it was a responsibility test.
It was a responsibility test, and he told us that he put them on the shelf of his bed, because they have like one of those beds. It's like a bed here, and then they have the shelving right here. So it's like they have little compartments. Well, he said that he put them on his shelf before he fell asleep. And Zach caught him with Zach's old pair of AirPods tonight. Not that y'all care about any of this, but this is real life parenting. Parenting is hard. And Zach's like, what are you doing with those? He goes, well, those are mine. They have my name on them. And Zach's like, no, those are not yours. You had the old ones. Like, we gave him a pair of an older version. And Jackson's like, well, they were on my bed. It's not my fault. I didn't lose them. So Zach, I guess, has been in there looking for them.
They weren't on his bed.
So instead of them being where he said he put them on his bed, they were in the pocket of one of his hoodies.
Which you're infamous for not looking through when you wash clothes.
No, I don't do pockets. Nope. Take it out before it goes in the washer. Look down there in those drawers over there. And the white ones behind your chair.
So now we're organizing his room.
Oh, so now they're organizing his room.
And having conversations about responsibility.
Okay. So I'm going to fix this little overflow of teal right here by scraping it off, because this is a reusable surface. And this little pointer of the detail tool that we have in my shop will help do that. So, and then I'm going to take a wipe and we're going to figure this out. No way, never pockets. You know what? Let me tell you something, Deb. The last couple loads of laundry I've done prior to us going on our trip, there's been a plastic spoon in my dryer. Guess who? Jaxon. All right, so now I'm just taking a wipe and cleaning off like what I'm calling like the ghosting effect of that paste. No, I don't do pockets. You either take your stuff out or you're SOL. I'm sorry. I got enough to do just by doing the darn laundry and folding it. So, Mr. Zach. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Look how pretty this is. All right, so I'm going to put that over there. I closed up all my paste. Not sure why. But here's my question. I have some beads out that I thought we could string a very short hanger. And now I'm starting to wonder, should I do the word patio in black right here? Or do I stick with the blue and still use black beads? So anyways, do I do patio in black or blue? If I did and it's money, then it would be mine. Yes. My 5th child husband leaves stuff in his pockets. Yes. I hear you, girl. No pockets for me either. Absolutely. Okay, lots of black. Okay, I'm glad I asked you guys that because I didn't want to change it up. Yes, Anita, it is very hot here in the Texas heat. Amy or Jenny, pockets are ridiculous. Okay. So I find pencils. I've washed pencils before. Guess who? Jaxon. Trying to think what else I've washed it all, I'm sure. Gum, candy wrappers. Oh yeah. So Virginia, are you saying like you don't turn the clothes inside out? Is that what you mean? Well, I like both colors, but if you do the blue color, will that be too many colors? Linda, I'm kind of with you on that. Kind of. All right, so we have to fuzz this portion of it because this is not used. It's brand new, and I want to show you something inside the silk screen. So do you see those little lines? That right there, my friends, is part of the transfer, okay? Which is basically not going to allow the paste to go through, okay? So hit the heart button for me. If you're just hopping on, make sure you comment the word porch, okay? Even though we're not doing the word porch. Kleenex is the worst, Kimberly. Yes. Yes. Oh, no, Kathy, I would freak out. Oh, Jenny, I've washed things of Zach's before, and he's like, you should check the pockets. No, sir. No, sir. We don't just drop our drawers up in this house. Like, you take off the belt, you, clean out the pockets, all of that, right? And really turn your pants in the right side out. That drives me nuts. Okay. Let me get this somewhat centered here. See what we got going on. Let me hold it up. It looks good. Welcome to our patio, where wasting time is considered time well spent. Hi, Sharon. You always checked pockets, but one time I didn't. I opened the washer to have black ink on the whole load of clothes. Oh, Renee, I bet you checked every pocket after that, huh? At 17, the twins had to do their own laundry and fix dinner once a week. So, Barbara, yeah, I'm to that point. I think part of the summer, we're going to start implementing some of that. They'll do their laundry. I mean, they do put up their clothes. Mama folds them in certain piles. They know where their pile is. And they hang up their hang clothes in their closet. But I'm thinking that'd be kind of fun, like the whole dinner thing, even though they're not 17, they're 11. Like, we'll do the meal planning, and then I'll have them pick out, maybe like each of them pick out a meal that they can make, you know, that's not too difficult with our help. Not so much a meal that they love of mine, but a meal that they can make of their own, on their own, kind of. That'd be fun. All right. Black is down. Teenager boys can really have some wows in their pockets. I know, Anita. I'm not ready. At middle school, my kids did their own laundry. Yep. If I had to take the belt and suspenders off pants, he pays me $10. Girl, I'm going to have to start doing that. All right. So now we have our sign. Super cute. Love the black. Love the black. Okay. So I'm going to grab our little cleaning mat again. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the beads. We've got our board eraser. That's what this is called. Pretty awesome. Grab a paper towel. Yeah. I know when that they're 11. In November, they're going to be 12. And they're going to middle school this year. Lord help me. We sat at the table tonight and probably worked for an hour on math. They're starting to learn like banking, like balancing a checkbook, sales tax, income tax, property tax, employer tax. So that's the next hoorah in my future. I taught my boys to do their laundry at age 10. They also help with the dishes and garbage duties. Yes, they do. They do the dishes every night. They take out the trash every Tuesday night, to be exact. They take out the trash when it's full to the like little dumpster thingies. They, you know, walk the dog and all of that. So they do do their fair share of things. Thank goodness. All right, so let's put this back on. And then I'm going to make sure that our little sign here, it's not really little, is dry on the patio section. They have counted change back, yes. Oh, your granddaughter's left lipstick and mascara. Oh, no. I would lose my mind. $50 in the washer, and my son realized he left it in his pocket, and he asked me for it, and I said I thought that was my tip for washing his clothes. That is so true. Oh, I love y'all's stories. Yeah, so they do the dishwasher, even though they complain about it every single night. And by complain, I mean, Mom, but I want to have enough time to sit down and rest on the couch. Well, you can't do that until you get this done. So, and now Zach's in there helping the other one do something. So who knows, yeah. So hit the heart button for me. Sprinkle the video. Keyword is porch. This super cute sign is going to go outside on my wonderful patio. And I wanted something with some color. This may not be your color scheme on your porch or your patio. Perfectly fine. It is mine. So you can use your own color palettes and do all the things. Okay, now I'm going to take what we call our power punch. This is in the supply list. Okay, we are going to punch a hole. But before we do that, I want to see how long I want this to be. So I'm going to go longer. I'm going to grab my little bead threader here. This can be found, and the beads and the twine, on our Amazon shop. Okay. The blue was colonial blue. Thank you. But the teal, this is couture teal on the actual board, Linda. All right, so I'm just putting my beads on here like so. And then, like this thing is magical. Then we're going to take our twine and we're just going to stick it through that hole. And then I'm just going to get it to where, right about there, so it does not fall off. So I've got 7 on that. Let's do some more. My boys never complained to me about loading the dishwasher. As if they did, I made them wash dishes by hand, Barbara. Yes, so here's the problem with the washing by hand. We've done the whole washing the pots and pans, but they don't get it clean. So maybe give that a couple of years, right? I can use that. Priscilla, the keyword is porch. I know it's a little confusing, but it's porch. All right, let's put these on. Pull this out. I think we're going to need maybe one more bunch of 7. Did I do 7 that time? Yes, I did. So, yeah. Thank you. Y'all, make sure if you're a Perks member, you go use your design dollars. And remember, you can get, like we had over like 20 transfers restocked today. And Perks members get 30% off of all of those restocks. I didn't have a dishwasher when my kids were home. I told them I didn't need an automatic one when I had 5 hand dishwashers. Yes. Small cutouts and putting together kits to sell. So, Diane, they have done that for us before. For sure. Okay, so I think that's perfect. I know you can't see it, but that's a great length for what I'm wanting. Let me put this back in my organized drawer, y'all. I'm so, like, that drawer brings me joy. All right, so I've got my beads here. And I am going to, because I don't like long hangers. So I am going to play this smart. And I am going to mark that there. And mark that there. Okay. Move this out of the way. Then I'm going to take my power punch. I sell these on my chalk website. This will cut through our chalkable shapes, okay? This will also cut through any of the wood cutouts that you purchase from Zach's shop, because those are an 8-inch MDF. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put my power punch to where I can see the hole versus the cover piece, okay? So I'm going to put it basically upside down. And I'm going to go right about here. Okay, so you just push it down, and there's your hole. All right? A coworker said growing up they had to do dishes, and their mom inspected if she found food still may be on the dish. They had to wash everything. Wow. You know, honestly, y'all, sometimes I will stand in there and kind of guide them. But they are getting better. Much better. All right, so there's our holes. I am actually going to take, I'm going to take a wipe and just take off that pencil mark. Right there. And right here. I could have done it from the back side, but it's fine. All right. Now, I'm going to go at this. Do I want... Let me see. Do I want the string? How do I want this? Ooh, you know what? Darn it. I don't know where it is. Do I want it like that? Or do I want it like... Hold on. Please hold. Okay, hold on. I forgot I had this, but Zach pretty much... I don't know what he did to this. Did I do this? Surely I didn't do this. I have this wire, y'all. You have to get you some of this. It's not hard to cut. It's not even like real... Well, it might be real wire. But it is... like fantastic. But I wonder what this will look like. Sorry, I had like a second opinion, y'all. Have beads hanging down the front, maybe. Good. Sports boot camp. Yes, we've done camps before. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. First of all, this is one ridiculous mess. I am going to actually fold this up into like 3. Here we go. It's very easy to cut, as you saw me do it just now. But I want to I don't even know that I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to put beads on it. My father would inspect our hand wash dishes and if they found food. Yes. All over again. Oh, that's so funny. Probably not at the time, right? Okay, so I'm just going to turn that edge for a second. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. And then I'm going to take a pencil, because I don't want that long of a hanger. Let me do a pen with the lid on. And just curl that up a little bit. Same thing over here. Curl it. And then just pull it up. And maybe just, I don't know. You do you, y'all. There, that's what I like. Okay. Yes. I don't like long hangers. So I am loving this a lot more since it is going to be outside. I know it's very thin wire and it is kind of hard to see, but it is there. It's 3. But I like it a lot because chances are this is going to be hanging from like brick. So Zach's going to have to figure out a way to like rig it up and get it up there. But this makes more sense to me. Would y'all agree? Thanks, Christine. So y'all, that is our sign. I think it's cute. Go Comment the word porch, even though this is patio. The original transfer says porch, so you can put one on the front, or if you call your back patio a porch, you do you, all right? All right, thanks, y'all. Have a great night. See you next time. Bye.